me. Go for it. Safety glasses. Okay.
I shut it off for a second. Eat your wine. Tell me when you want it in.
It's all loose. I mean, go for it. Yeah. I think it's too much, man.
How about that?
Did you get an endorsement from Coca-Cola?
No. I was gonna call it the Coke Rocket. Yeah, it took a while. The first time I did it, nothing. And then I just had to keep messing with it. Got it to work. So at first it was the coil was too far from there, and then I had it too close, and it was just getting stuck. And then
It's interesting all the
yeah.
Waiting for the question.
that it would spin.
Yeah. My first idea was aircraft cable. I wanted to use a different conductor. That was my big thing. I wanted to try to find a different conductor. So first I found this aircraft cable, then the coil wouldn't stay. Then I found this like white copper.
What'd you energize it with? DC or AC?
DC.
So you would form a north and south magnetic pole down here.
That's what my idea was.
How's that going to spin?
I don't know.
Or did you think it'd spin like this?
I thought it would spin like that.
Like that?
I get that. I wouldn't use rusty pliers.
Yeah, I series them together to get 36 volts.
I gotta snip
But nothing.
I don't think a coil
So,
Maybe.
so what I'm thinking here,
coil is too far from your magnetic field. I bet if you bent it up, maybe.
like I can see some point where it sparks.
I see it.
Tomorrow, baby. What time? 8. Monday. Who said 9? Actually, so I took the bearings into the yard to find the.
I did the same thing he did. I need a Sharpie too. He got one.
He said he's gonna get one, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to draw some ink on one side. It was working just a second.
Give her a little flick.
It's too much weight on it, I think.
Yep. Did your coil get hot? Did your coil get warm?
It will get warm. I had it up to a backup battery. Well, 7 amp.
An inch and a quarter of pipe on each side. But it's just. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's.
Then I got to spin it.
Nothing?
I think I was using this magnet at first. And I think this magnet's way too strong, so I took this one off the board. I think my batteries, my connections aren't making a connection now, so.
Okay.
So last night I put this on there to see if my batteries work, and it got pretty hot. So
Which is weird. Something I don't understand. So you're pushing it away instead of pulling it forward.
what I got,
If you spun this down, then it would be.
It's going to be difficult.
Or if you
have
flip
that weight riding on that. There's your other connection. So you tell me when you're ready. the dance.
So,
Depends on our definition of motor.
You never know if we're gonna have to take it all apart and put it back together again.
my fingers are.
Well, I was gonna put a small can on it and see how fast I can get to go, but I forgot the can. Those little 8-ounce cans.
You build one of those and make it a little nicer heart shaped, and then you give it to your lady friend on Valentine's Day. Yeah, you know she'd be impressed, right?
What I tried to do is I took the cap off of a tennis ball container, and I tried to place that on there, and then I had fishing string down with beads on it to make it look like, you know, those chair rides at the carnival.
Uh-huh.
But I just couldn't get enough force to spin it.
Going through my coil, and then have a magnet on top and bottom, so it's pushing and pulling both at the same time. And yeah.
Could you elaborate on why you only stripped out one side of the wire?
So that's acting like the commutator.
There we go.
One side's making contact and then reversing the polarity.
So that's the problem when you try to make a DC motor that changes the magnetic field. You're just turning it off. Right?
So you can pull one, and I think it'll still keep going. It just slows down a little bit.
Either one that's only half shaved acts as a commutator to make it break the connection. The magnet pulls the coil to make it spin, and the inertia carries it past that contact point on the commutator so it can interact with the battery again. And that's how it actually works.
Alright. So maybe we should.
It's the same basic principle as the couple. Electricity flows from the AA battery. So yeah, the battery, electricity flows from the battery, creates an electromagnetic field around the coil. It becomes a temporary magnet. When you push the coil, the magnetic force creates mechanical motion.
Alright. Foil there.
Super glue.
Super glue. How conductive do you think that is?
Not very conductive.
That's what.
Well, I had electric tape on there, and then I had.
But we could try it how it is, but I mean, I think we could make that better. You know, because that's going to be, if you're not getting a good, like if we take a meter, you should be able to get continuity through that. You have continuity from one piece of foil to the other.
Yeah, they just, one lands on this side and one lands on this side, and I had continuity between them.
Let's check that real quick. Same thing as him. And make sure you, when these meters auto range, you always want to make sure you pay attention to
Oh,
the
you just want
units.
to check for the resistance.
See, you have continuity. You have, that's 5 ohms. You know, I don't know how many wraps you have there.
See, and I thought about that too. Like,
But-
I don't know if I didn't do enough windings or if I needed another magnet or a more powerful magnet, but I couldn't get it to spin.
My opinion after doing these for a few years is that it's right there. It's the problem.
Yeah.
Is that friction. It's not spinning freely enough.
Sure.
Man, I wish I had that camera running for that part. That would have been
You're
funny.
dancing. Now, you can tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Did you see that?
Yeah, it's all
That's, that's a good sign, right?
So I just need more power? Is that what it
Let's give
is?
I'm gonna turn it on, we'll try it. Huh?
Oh, Jesus.
Gotta cool her down.
Should've just sped it too fast, that's what it was.
I think that one, I think. So, did you
Yeah,
watch?
those are all the same.
Okay, all right. So, Alex is an expert on building these. He's like, damn it. So one thing that you could try, is this good solid connection here? Let's see something here. If we could get a good connection between this can and the shaft.
It's sped.
Makes a good start to help.
Can't hold it any longer.
No, that's another thing I tried when I was working on this. Was I had my uprights like 1.5 inches higher initially, and I lowered them, but
So Alex, here.
See, I just took my parts and we made one motor that works.
we put our parts together and made a baby.
There we go.
Wait, maybe that's not the best way to put it.
I started with 4 coils and then went down to 3 and then put them in series and then put them in parallel and it wants to go, but if you hold it for more than 5 seconds on there, the wire gets so hot you can't touch it.
So what is,
Turn on. You know?
Flick it.
Little arc welder.
Oh, come on.
Ooh,
Oh, it's like welded to
it
it.
does say.
so I can,
it sparks. Just melting the shit. Think it's done.
Good enough?
There it is.
Oh.
Your magnet's running off.
Yeah.
Again, aluminum foil sucks, huh?
You do a little flippy.
Yeah, that might help. I don't know.
It's like one of those model days where you get a crank started.
Yeah.
And see, I can get it to go faster than this too.
I think that's just twitching.
Yeah. If you were the professor on Gilligan's Island, and that had to power the boat to get you off the island, would it do it?
Yep.
Yeah, but he's been hung in the middle of it for being a witch.
Oh. Ruined it.
That's ruined.
How did you get the current to flow through that wire? Isn't that wire insulated?
Yeah, I had to strip off each end. So everywhere that it's touching is stripped off. So it is like one big circuit.
Yeah. Is it bouncing around a lot inside that?
A little bit.
Yeah.
It was hard to get them where it's completely balanced.
Yeah. What?
Is that wrong?
That thing's light enough that it probably jumps up and down a lot when it's running.
So it looks like you stripped off all of it on both ends.
Yeah.
You're supposed to strip off half.
Yeah, see, it's just kind of getting caught up there and twitching.
Huh?
I see the whole thing off on one.
Because I thought both sides had to be so
They
that
have
when,
a touch, but not necessarily all the time.
Otherwise the polarity doesn't change. There we go. You think it's just working because it's jumping up and down?
Yeah, it's got to. Otherwise, it would just roll around and lock in the same polarity as your magnet. So something's got to be
jumping.
changing on it.
I'm sure it is jumping, but it works pretty good. Beats the battery up pretty good too.
Yeah, I would bet you could run that if you just had a fully charged D cell. coil's getting hot. Now, let's take that meter there and see, measure conductivity through your, right there, through your two copper plates there. Or just like this.
Yeah.
See a problem there?
Yeah, you're like put them on the terminals of a car battery, like what he had. It's just like, we're sitting there.
It should have
spinning like a little bit.
conductivity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
think I've heard two little coils.
so how are you attaching these wires to these? It is soldered.
That's nuts. I thought it was a bigger battery. Because I thought. The one I did back when you was for.
Did we get any, I don't think we got anything even.
Found a little bit of
Did it? Alright, so, we're getting on the sides or the bottom and top? Let's try off to the side. You want to be 180 degrees out. Sometimes there's just a sweet spot.
Yeah. I got my, non-wood for sure.
Trying to go back the other way. We're gonna burn. Go ahead.
No. There's no signal over here. I have a couple prototypes.
Alright. Alright, so. Are you ready?
It's not gonna do anything.
It's
Nothing?
not gonna do anything. There she goes.
Why is it not doing anything? How is this wrap? All the same way?
Yes, that's the same way.
Same way. So, if we were to eliminate, oh my goodness,
Yeah, those are on there.
they're bolted on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I brought.
So let's think about that. You've got these
Mhm.
orientated to where they push away from each other then, right?
No, there's
No, these will stick to each other.
Face to face?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can take it off if you want.
No, I believe you. It's pushing?
I don't think so. I think you're wrong with pushing.
So you lied to me?
No, they just stuck to each other a minute ago.
You can get them apart?
Yeah. They're not that easy. I guess not that
Alignment.
great.
Yeah.
So is that my problem?
back.
So,
So I shouldn't have believed you.
guess not.
That's the problem. No trust in my peers. Alright, ready? There she goes.
There she goes.
That's it?
Switch it on?
Did you turn the switch on?
It don't work. I tried it this morning.
It tried, it wants to.
It wants to, but
Is there a lot of friction on your axle and bearing?
there's a lot of friction everywhere.
Should have wanted paint.
Just some,
Let's turn it on and off really quick.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll start with the magnets, huh?
You don't like that?
Well, polarity on the magnets.
They're supposed to suck each other.
They're sucky.
I bet you.
You're supposed to what?
They're sucky.
For a while, it was up there.
Can you explain what's going on the other side of that?
Yeah, it's got three switches on it.
Which first I had just one reed switch, but it started overheating, so I tried putting 2 on there to see if that would make the first one stop overheating. And then I got a couple different like diodes and resistors and things, just trying to see what would make these stop overheating, because I went through like 8 of these, and they kept burning up. So it's just got 2 reed switches and a diode on it.
Chuck wants to know what a reed switch is.
I do too.
So like, it's got 2 little metal flaps inside the glass tube, and when it gets close to the magnet, those touch each other, and that causes current to flow through there. And it causes the electromagnet to push the magnets away, which makes it spin. And then once that magnet leaves, this opens back up again until the next magnet hits it, which causes it to close and keeps it closed.
Wow.
So, one of the issues you have with a reed switch is what you said you had problems with burning them up.
So I just kept experimenting.
Back in March. It actually, the paperclip one worked pretty good because it would hang, and I had super glue, and it was almost like put like a paddle on these, and it would be like a little boat. But the magnets were inside that one. This magnet's too strong.
What's your wife going to say when she doesn't have her Tupperware anymore? Why is there holes in this?
Supposed to make jello and it leaks all over. That is actually how the core is built, the iron core of a motor is built.
Where do you think I got the
It's a
idea
bunch of
from?
thin plates like that, not a solid chunk. It makes the motor more efficient.
It does not make my motor more efficient.
What's it do?
Gets rid of the eddy current, or limits it. Okay. Need a kickstart.
Maybe. We'll see. I might just not be making contact. I'm just trying to take this together. I'm worried I'm not making contact in here either.
What's up with those quarters?
Sure.
This is the,
There it goes.
so this is my AC, and this is my,
It's in parallel with the coil.
it's in parallel with the
Should be able to
Across here and here.
Stick the brushes to the bolts.
You're gonna have to get it on the board.
But I think on my
Spinning
meter,
your
it's
own
like
back.
7 volts AC.
Because it's drying already.
Yeah.
Originally, I had to get a staple.
Oh, man.
You think that's it?
No, you're.
Paralleling.
It's just
So,
so.
get to the end zone.
I thought worst case scenario,
It's because of the aluminum
the car
coil.
battery that has more
I wanted my bigger coils.
That didn't help.
But you can't get to the wire that goes.
I can go to one side here, because I reached the side. To what?
So,
I forgot.
so have somebody manage the wiring. Unwrap the one side, get to that end.
How much am I more?
Cut it, rewrap it.
Doesn't want to keep it going. No, have this thing on. It worked once upon a time, and now it doesn't. That's science for you.
I mean, it goes back and forth.
Shooting in the dark here. Anybody got parallel winding?
You know, it's kind of like your neighbors, though. They can drive your property value down.
This was an endeavor, man.
You give up?
Do it.
All right, baby.
See,
Go back.
your solder melted, by the way.
Wire getting hot.
Yeah.